Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I am Agam Vakil. We are taking a look at the markets which have once again risen, and in this sort of yo-yo we are seeing advances in today's day of trade, at least as far as the benchmarks are concerned, with the Nifty advancing by 67 points. A bulk of these gains coming in from the information technology sector as well as the private sector banks, and both of them are right at the top. So you have Yes Bank followed by Wipro, ICICI Bank, HCL Technologies all advancing in trade, and save for that you also have gains in Tata Motors and Coal India among some of the heavier weighted counters. Indiabulls Housing Finance continues to remain under pressure, and the big talking point of today is also Asian Paints, which was also down 3%, and I'm going to talk about that in a little more detail in just a bit. Infosys, of course, also declining by a little less than 1%. But when it comes to your broader markets, we have, it's evenly poised between gainers and losers. Still, we have more losers in comparison to gainers. Indiabulls Real Estate also standing out in trade, followed by Lind India, that's up 8%. First Source Solutions is also something that we're going to take up right now. Ashok Leyland, Canara Bank, Great Eastern Shipping Company, as well as Cummins India, all advancing in trade. Lakshmi Vilas Bank looking at some amount of profit, taking down 5%, followed by Reliance Communications, Reliance Home Finance, and Welspun Corp. Sterlite Technologies, keep an eye on that one as well. We have news flow there. That's down 3.7%. And on that note, I will get in our markets editor, Neeraj Shah, to get us his perspective. Neeraj, what are your thoughts for today's?
Yeah, interesting bounce back in the session today, led by banks, not quite anticipated. And a lot of the world markets were setting the stages on fire. So remarkable what we did today, led predominantly by banks, maybe some fire in the corporate-facing banks and some traction in IT ahead of the numbers. Busy times for you, and in the next few days would be great to get your perspective on what will happen there. But I think interesting move today. Volatility still stays high. Volumes were a bit high yesterday when we thought that the FI numbers would be interesting. Those numbers still stayed in the positive, so no big changes there. Just one of those days when the markets gyrate to news flow that you can't quite put a finger on, but for the fact that there was a bit of a bounce, and now we are back to being 100 points shy of all-time highs. Let's wait and watch what happens.
Well, that's right, Neeraj. Thanks for that perspective out there. So, with some of these factors, of course, eventually we're going to keep an eye on which may play out. But that said, one stock that I want to address is Asian Paints. It's seen a drop of around 3% in today's day of trade. Two reasons. Firstly, because of a certain fire in one of its units, which has raised concern. But more importantly, we do have CLSA, which has downgraded the company to a sell from an outperform rating, putting its target price to 1,400 rupees per share, bringing it down from 1,565 rupees per share. The reasons cited here are, firstly, a slowdown in consumption, as well as rising crude prices. So, taking all these factors into consideration, we have seen a little bit of weakness playing out for Asian Paints. And of course, we all do know about the rich valuations which it's always traded, not just today. So we're seeing a little bit of weakness. It's down currently at somewhere around 1,465, and based on the open interest surge as well as an increase in volumes while there is selling, there could be some weakness in store for Asian Paints. But from there on, let's move and talk about two other stocks which are also in focus, and for that I'm going to get Sharad Dubey into the conversation. Sharad, what do you have for us?
I think the first stock is First Source Solutions. This stock was up 6% if you see going into the day. This is basically on the news that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has increased his stake in the company for the March quarter from around 2.89% to 3.26%. So during this quarter, Agam, he has purchased around 2.56 million shares. With this kind of purchase, his current standing stands at around 115 odd crore rupees for this company. The next stock is Panacea Biotech, which is up by almost 12% in the closing time, its highest seen in almost 2 weeks. This is after the news came in last night that Piramal Enterprise and Bain Capital backed fund, India Resurgence Fund, will invest around 992 odd crore rupees in the company. The company says that they will use this as a one-time settlement with existing lenders and also for the working capital arrangements. With this, the stake from this fund will be around 2.4% to the company. So Agam, these two stocks were actually buzzing in the mid-cap space today.
Okay, fair enough, Sharad. Thank you for bringing us those two companies too. Of course, that said, there will be plenty of other stocks that we will be keeping an eye on, considering earnings have begun. We're slowly and startly getting a lot of earnings, of course, in the mid-cap space, and of course the large-cap space will eventually also come out with earnings a little later on this week. But on that note, it's a wrap on the markets, and we will keep bringing you a lot more, so stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint, and we will see you tomorrow.
What does